Dev is the other sponsor. So as you know, as I said last time, we're recruiting. We're looking for C++ developers based out of Berlin. And I quote some badass Qt developers in Amsterdam, as well as 2 generous C++ developer and 1 more Go developer over there. In London, we're looking for communications people, in particular people with experience with social media, writing tutorials, writing articles for the press, and that kind of stuff. So if you're interested, please send an email and your CV to the address that's on the screen now. Thank you.
And if you want to do JavaScript stuff in Silicon Valley, that might also be an option.
And JavaScript in the Silicon Valley.
Sure.
Usually I present a few things on those evenings, but tonight, since it's a special evening, I decided to skip it. Just a quick heads up, next month I'll present a non-trivial DApp to this event. Probably going to be something like a decentralized eBay or a decentralized Uber, leveraging Ethereum to work absolutely without any web servers. It will be also a good place to learn how you can leverage alternatives to Swarm and Whisper until they're being fully developed. And that will be on Friday, the 14th of November, sorry. So without further ado, he flew in just this morning. He had 1 hour of sleep. So please welcome Vitalik Buterin, the inventor and the founder of Ethereum.
By the way, we really should build Jade into whatever development environment we're using, because like coding GUIs in HTML is pretty ugly. Let's see. Grr. Okay. So, and how do I advance and retreat? Spacebar. Okay. So it shows. Okay. So this is something similar to a presentation that I made at the Bitcoin Expo in Toronto about 6 months ago, but here I'm going to have a somewhat different emphasis. So, oh, what did I do? No, back. Sorry. So it's a similar to a presentation that I made about 6 months ago in Toronto, but here I'm just shifting the emphasis somewhat. I'm probably going to focus less on the cryptography, more on the game theory and economics. But the general points that I've really started to appreciate more and more as I've come to spend more time developing all these consensus algorithms, scalability algorithms, things on top of crypto economic protocols over the past 6 to 12 months is basically that there's actually a lot of connections between what we're doing with cryptocurrency from an economic standpoint and things that people, societies, economies have been doing really for more than 10,000 years. So basically, we often like to say that Bitcoin is this fundamentally new economic paradigm. It's this next step in human evolution, and obviously cryptocurrency is supposed to replace fiat money like completely and all that. And we've got self-executed contracts and decentralized autonomous corporations and Skynet and so forth. But the point is that all of these constructs that we have, actually pretty much none of them are completely new. Pretty much every single thing on this list, I would even say including decentralized autonomous corporations, is something that's existed in some form, in an economically equivalent form, in some fashion for a really long time. It's just that the difference is this time we're doing it on top of technology. So, to start off, the way I'm going to do the first half of the presentation is basically I'm going to seemingly haphazardly introduce a few interesting and random concepts from game theory and economics. So, first one, if you've done any game theory, if you have done any game theory at all, chances are the single bit of game theory you've done is looking at this chart. Prisoner's dilemma. So the sort of almost founding thought experiment of game theory is that if you imagine a situation where you have 2 prisoners, and each of those prisoners has the opportunity to either basically speak out as a witness against the other prisoner, or say nothing. Now the idea is that if they both say nothing, then chances are they're going to go free. But if they both speak out against each other, then they're both guilty. Each one implicates the other. They're both guilty, and they're going to go to jail for some amount of time. But if one prisoner implicates the